So now that we have a trader in Arc Raiders, today I'm going to give you some of the best farming methods to be able to get some really good loot like myself here, to be able to trade with the new Nomadic Envoys trader. Now, there is a couple of different farms that I'm going to show you, but let's talk about what is worth the most here for the trader. So 3 Vaporizer regulars, believe it or not, actually will sell for 18,000. So that is about 6,000 per Vaporizer regular. 6,000 per Vaporizer regulars. Now we also have the Queen Reactor, which will indeed sell for 11,000, and that is the same as the Matriarch Reactor, 11,000, which is very, very good. And then we have the Turbine Compressor, which goes for 5k. Now not only that, we do indeed have the Bastion cells. 3 Bastion cells sells for 9,000, and we have 3 Bombardier cells, which also sell for 9,000. 1 Assessor Matrix does go for 5,000, which is also a pretty good price, but the only thing is they don't stack. Now I'm going to show you a couple of different farms on how to get some of these items here. Very easy. I have 3 or 4 different farming methods to be able to get the best materials to trade in with the trader, so you can indeed get your hands on all of these items that he has up for sale. So for the first farming method, if you go to Spaceport during the Hidden Bunker event and you come to this exact location where I'm hovering my cursor, there will indeed be a spawn of a Bastion and a Bombardier. Now these both arc will indeed spawn here between 5 and 8 minutes after you've killed them, and they will indeed keep spawning at the back of the departure building. So with the Bastion and Bombardier cells, it will indeed range anywhere from 3 to 13 cells. But once you stay in this area at the back of the departure building, keep farming up the Bastion and the Bombardier that spawns in every few minutes, you can indeed pull out anywhere from 20 to 27 cells from the both of these arc. I have indeed pulled out 27 cells, as you will see on this run. So 27 cells brings it up to a total of 81,000 in one run. Now this did take me about 30 minutes to do so, as the spawn time is a little bit slow on both the Bastion and Bombardier. But overall, the Hidden Bunker event is absolutely a solid choice to farm up the Bastion and Bombardier to be able to get loads of these cells to sell it to the trader. The only downside of this event is it does only pop up a certain amount during a day, and that's why I'm going to show you the next run, which is also really good for farming up Bastions and Bombardiers. So when the Hidden Bunker event comes on, I 100% will be hopping in and doing it. But whilst I'm waiting for the Hidden Bunker event to return, there is actually a really good rotation that you can indeed do on Buried City. Now on Buried City, there is a spawn right here in Murano Park. It's either a Bombardier or a Bastion that spawns in Murano Park or up on the parking garage. Now they can also spawn out the backside here of Space Travel as well in this little alleyway. And not only that, down here towards Piazza Arbusto, there can also be another spawn of a Bastion. And then when you make your way over to Plaza Rosa in this little green area here where I'm hovering my cursor over, there also is a spawn of a Bastion or a Bombardier. Now you can rotate between these two, so you can kill one here, rotate back over to Murano Park, kill another one, and you can keep doing that for the full 30 minutes until the round is over. But even in a bad lobby where only one of the arc is spawning, like for example this game that I got put into here where only the Bombardier was spawning in Murano Park, I just kept going back and farming them, and I also kept taking out Rocketeers on the map as well. I still did farm a good few Bombardier cells and Rocketeer cells from both of these arc. But if you get into a lobby where both of them are spawning either side of the map, you will pull out a lot of Bastion cells and a lot of Bombardier cells with the right rotation. And I would recommend, when you're waiting for both of these arc to respawn, focus on the Rocketeers or the Vaporizers if the Vaporizers are on the map. That is 2 Bombardiers fully looted, and we have 8 cells so far. Now that is actually pretty low, because sometimes you can get over 20 cells from 2 Bombardiers alone. But we have gotten 8 cells here, which would be considered pretty low. On this run, if I'm lucky enough that nobody else is coming in and robbing my loot, I can pull out easily over 20 Bastion and Bombardier cells together, and a couple of Rocketeer drivers as well. So Buried City is an absolute fantastic map to be playing on, to harvest or to farm up these materials to be able to give them to the trader to get yourself some good items. So if you come over to metaforge.com and you do indeed go on to the Buried City map, you can select the bastions and the bombardiers, and not only that, we can also pick the rocketeer and vaporizer. So there we have all the spawns of them. Now, so as I was saying, here's the Marana Park spawn. So you have a bastion and a bombardier that can spawn in Marana Park. You also have a bombardier and a bastion that can spawn parking garage and on the outside here of the space travel building. Then when you come back over this side, it's similar enough as well. We have a bastion here in Piazza Arbusto, and then coming into Old Town, we have bastion and bombardier spawn there once again. Now, in my run that I just done that I was showing you, I was unlucky enough to only get the bombardier spawn in Marana Park. Now, I think this was because of the event that I was on. We were on the Bird City event on Buried City. I think I was just unlucky enough to get the bad spawn. But as you've seen, I still did pull out 7 bombardier cells, and we also had a total of 3 rocketeer drivers. Now, you can pull out a lot more than I did if you know the right rotation. But going from Marana Park to Old Town, back and forth, and while you're waiting for the Bastion or Bombardier to spawn, you can also focus on the Rocketeers or Vaporizers. As you can see, this is all the spawns here. We have a Rocketeer and a Vaporizer that could spawn in Old Town here as well. Another one here in Old Town. We also have then coming over towards Marana Park, there's a couple of different spawns as well for the Rocketeer Vaporizer. I would definitely recommend coming on to Metaforge just to take a look in case you're a little bit confused on where the spawns are, but this Buried City rotation is very, very good for farming up these materials. Now, for the third method, it's the Queen or Matriarch reactors. Now, I'm going to show you the best way to get your hands on the Queen and Matriarch reactors. This method works really, really well for myself. Now, I would highly recommend bringing in a good few stims with you so you can sprint around to each bit of armor that has dropped off, giving you that little bit more of an advantage to be able to get in and get these items. I would also recommend bringing a photo cloak since it has been buffed once again. So bringing in a photo cloak will definitely help you to be able to get in and get them reactors. So that is indeed 3 Matriarch cores already. Let's see how many more we can get. So obviously not every time when you're doing the Queen or the Matriarch, you're not going to be as lucky as I am here and be able to get in and grab up Queen reactors or Matriarch cores. But bringing in the right gear will help you out a lot at getting around and getting these cores. So we have 5 cores on us already, so let's see if we can destroy the Matriarch here and get in and hit the jackpot, get a few more. So that is indeed 11 Matriarch cores we have gotten. That is a total of 66,000. Not bad at all. You definitely can get a lot more than that. I've had raids where I've come out with 11 altogether, 11 of them. But overall, these 3 farming methods that I have shown you are some of the best in the game to be able to get the materials to give to the trader. Now, there is 1 or 2 more that I will share with you guys next week when the new rotation of items is out as well. God. But for this week, these are 3 top tier farming methods to be able to get materials to give to the trader. And not only that, you actually can give weapons to him as well, and that's what I'm going to be sharing in the next one. Some of the best methods to be able to get some of the best weapons in the game to give it to the trader. But that is indeed all for now, guys. Hope this little bit of content helps you out. We're getting some good materials to be able to trade into the new trader, the nomadic invoice. Can I say one thing about this guy? Doesn't he look like Darth Raven from Star Wars? He actually is the ringer of Darth Raven from Star Wars. Anyways, guys, that's all for now. Stay safe out there, and I will talk to you in the next one.